Hello everyone, hi, it's Mile. Welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be a part 2 of my art supply haul that I did when we were in Oklahoma City. I'm going to put the link to the first part. The first part I had shared with you the new Pentel fine liner brush and some brush pens as well, and also their watercolor tubes. And so here I have my gouache from Holbein, and look, it's already a mess because I kind of opened this one and I kind of played with it, and yeah, I have no idea how to work a gouache. This is an acrylic gouache, so it's called Acryla Gouache. It is the difference from the gouache and acrylic gouache. Please take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, because I have not a whole lot of knowledge about this medium yet. But from what I've researched and read, the difference is that the acrylic gouache, you won't be able to activate them once it's dried. So it's like an acrylic. Once it's dried, it's permanent, right? So the regular gouache, it kind of works just like a watercolor. Once you've laid down your colors in there and you're not happy with it, or you want to do a little bit more blending, then you can still lift the first layer or lift that color and then blend away. So that is the difference. But I figured today we'll do just a little bit of swatching. The problem that I encountered using this was just consistency. It's like, I don't know if I'm using too much water or I'm not using enough water. So I think that was my issue in the beginning, but yeah. Okay, I have my palette in here, and I actually bought a Stay Wet palette kind of like last week, I think. And so I've been using my Liquitex acrylic gouache as well with that palette. So, but I'm just needing just a little bit here. And also these dry really fast. So if you're gonna work with the acrylic gouache, you want to make sure that you create your own kind of Stay Wet palette, or just work a little faster. And so of course that puts a little bit of pressure. And I have a lot of issue with that because I don't work fast. I like to take my time and kind of just play around. Ooh, this one is like very opaque. There's this creamy consistency. And what I noticed when I practiced with it is that it really is true to its color. So, once dry, that tone and that color remains in there, and so that's pretty cool. Here I added a little bit more water because I just wanted to see it when it's like watered down. So here I'm adding more water, so just so we can see the color when it's really watered down. All right, and that's my dog Winston shaking his whole body. And he makes this noise because his ears flap. And so that's how he wakes me up when he has to go potty. All right. Okay, so this is the light magenta. I should write it down. I know what you're thinking. Light magenta. Okay. Winston's walking around like a boss in here. Right. This might be too watered down because I washed my brush and it's still too wet. So I'm just gonna, oh my goodness, I do this all the time. I squeeze too much, and if you have heavy hands, just be careful when you're squeezing these tubes because they're really soft and it's like plastic. So man, you can just squeeze a little and a lot of product will come out. So just be mindful of that. Here we go. So I'll just dip my brush in the water It is so bright. It is so opaque. It is crazy. Wow. Wow, that is so vibrant. My goodness. So this is the, so D116 was the light magenta. This is D115. I should probably write that down too. So D116. And this D115. And this is magenta. Cool. Sorry, I'm moving around. My chair makes this noise when I move around. It doesn't sound good. Okay, so let's do the red. This one is the pure red. Oh my goodness, just a little bit. I know I keep saying myself, repeating myself, but lordy. Okay, I've watched another artist that was working with acrylic gouache, and she said to not make your water too muddy really quick, because it can get really muddy real quick because it's very opaque. She said to kind of clean your brush first in a paper towel or a rag so you can take out a lot of those pigments before you wash it, which makes total sense. Or else you're gonna have a tub of water in there that's gonna get super dirty right away. So kind of like wipe the excess paint. And I know I'm the same way. I kind of like feel so terrible like wiping so much paint. I feel like I'm wasting, but yeah. This one is definitely watered down. So when you want that, I think, creamy consistency, the right consistency for gouache, if you really want to use it in full opacity, I feel like it has to be like, it would flow smooth and not too thick. When it's like when it's too watered down, you're gonna know, because it's just really like a pool of water in there. So that's definitely not the way to do it. But then again, I think everything is like personal preference. If you want to use your gouache as watered down, by all means. I mean, you know, who's gonna stop you? No one's gonna stop you and say, "Yeah, you're doing it wrong." I'm pretty sure there's someone that's going to do that. They're everywhere. People that's going to do that. Hey, you're doing it wrong, or not, you're not using it correctly. But I say, whatever. I want to use it that way. All right, so this is D009. D009. And this is the pure red. I love this pure red because it's not pink. It is not maroon. It is really a beautiful red color, and it's gorgeous. It reminds me of, I think I said this also with the watercolor from Pentel, but it reminds me of my favorite red lipstick from MAC. It's called the Ruby Woo, and I really love that lipstick because it's like pure red like that. It's beautiful. See, I knew it. I used too much water with the magenta because I didn't dab my brush before I picked up the color. Oh well. Oop, there's a little bit of red in my brush. That's the hard part about swatching, is that there's a lot of cleaning in between. It takes a long time, but there's something therapeutic about it. When you're just laying down colors and you're not really expecting anything, you know? So I'm just gonna dip my brush in the water, just the tip of it. Ah, there's like a little pink in there from the brush. My bad. Now it's gonna mix with this. Ay, ay, ay. Wow. And really water down, picking up water, clean water. And we're just gonna apply it watered down here. Just like that. I feel like the more you use anything really, whether it's a new marker, whether it's a new paper, you know, new paint, a new medium, I think the key to anything is just really plain practice. You just practice, use it, you know, play around with it, make a lot of mistakes, and create a lot of art, trial and error, and that's it. So, okay, so this one is D118, and it is the Lilac. Ooh, pretty. You know, I was with my daughter, Rain, when we were shopping, and she was like, Mom, why are you buying pastel colors? You do know that you can just get a white and that's going to be pastel. And I'm like, I know, but there are times when I don't want to mix. But she's right, though. But I love it. It's so pretty. All right, see, my brush is not thoroughly clean. This is a lot of cleaning in between. Now I commend those people doing swatches here on YouTube, because it's a lot of work. Oh my goodness. And see, you think your brush is clean because I'm cleaning it in the water and there's nothing anymore that's coming out. But still, look. Okay, just dabbing that so we can get really the full opacity here. And this is when it's too creamy. It's more like acrylic paint, really, when you don't water it down. But I heard that if you really want that full strength, you just keep it like that. But I don't know. All right, so just getting some water. Here. This would be my second one. And that one with lots of water would be our third, which is a really wash look. I also read that when working with acrylic gouache, instead of going from light to dark, you actually work from dark to light. So all your highlights, you'll do that in the end. So that's going to be interesting, you know, because I've gotten so used to whether I'm using an alcohol marker or with blending, coloring pencils, I always start from light to dark. So this will be really interesting to work from dark to light. That's a lot of learning. All right, so this, just clean my brush. This is the Cerulean, I think that's how you pronounce it, Cerulean Blue. So D094. By the way, my notebook that I'm using right now, my journal, is from Strathmore. This is their 500 series mixed media pad. I like it a lot. Cerulean Blue. Like that. You can really tell, huh, when you're like washed. This one, not so much, the light magenta. I think I didn't use enough water in there to wash it. Okay, ooh, this is a pretty color. This one just jumped out from the shelf. It's like, oh, I want that color. I knew I wanted it. Okay, cleaning my brush. Jeez. Okay, maybe I should keep it on the tip of the brush and not play around with it too much. I get so crazy with the paint and it goes all over my brush and it's just so hard to clean. This is pure paint right here. Ah, that's so pretty. So pretty. Okay, I'm just getting a bit of water. Ah, can you see that blue? Oh no. There's still blue in the brush. I cleaned it so well already. Contaminating the swatching. All right, now getting a lot of water for the third swatch. Ah, I see that blue. There. So pretty. It is so pretty. D076. If you have been looking around and researching about acrylic gouache, and you might want to see the color swatches here, I hope that this help. I also have a big lot of Liquitex acrylic gouache. I purchased it from Michael's, so I might do a swatching of that one, but I think I'll do that in not in real time, or I might just do a voiceover because that's gonna take me forever because I actually ordered a lot. Right, cleaning my brush here. We have, you know what I didn't get is black, but I was thinking I already have a black color of the Liquitex. I figured, you know, I should just use that because I already have it. It's like, and these are not cheap. These are not cheap paint, my goodness, they are expensive. And the Liquitex from Michael's, I think one tube was like $10.99, something like that. Ah, and then this one was like from the art store, I think $7 per tube. So, you know, it can get really expensive, and I wish I have all the money in the world. I'll buy all the color, but I figured I'll start with my favorite colors first to kind of build my collection, get a jump start, and go from there, because I believe that there's a whole lot of colors available. This Holbein. The Liquitex, I think there's like only 50 colors only, but then that's still a lot of colors. But I have a lot of colors, so I'm super excited to swatch those two here in my sketchbook. Ah, super pretty. I got this color because I figured it's a really good base start for your skin tone, because, you know, you can add some burnt sienna here, add a little bit of the red to give it a warmth, or yellow. So I figured the beige is a really good base color for that one. So D043. And you know, I do a lot of cute girls drawings, and so I needed a skin tone, base skin tone color. So this is the beige. Pretty. It's more like an ivory, but oh well, beige they said, so beige it is. All right. Move this around. We have the mustard color in here. So we'll do that there. This brush is a Princeton brush, a flat chisel blender number 6, and it's the Velvet Touch. It's really nice to hold. I got this one from Hobby Lobby. I watched someone here on YouTube recommended it for acrylic gouache. It's a mixed media brush, so good for watercolors, good for acrylics, so you know it's gonna be good for the acrylic gouache. All right, just dipping my brush, just the tip of my brush in the water to kind of water this down. That, and then now really water it down. And it's still so vibrant. I love that, yes, the opacity will change, but the colors remain super vibrant, even though it is washed. You know, it's washed out, but you still get this very beautiful colors, even when it's watered down like that. So lovely. All right, just cleaning my brush. And then last, actually not last, but we just have the white, but this is the burnt sienna. Oop, make sure I write this down first. This is D004 mustard. So D004 mustard. All right. Okay. This one, when I opened it, I don't know, maybe I was squeezing a little bit and it was just all over the place. I have spills in my carpet and it's just, oh my gosh. That was the other night. I was so disappointed. I'm like, no. So annoying. Okay. Making sure I don't have water in my brush. I just dipped it first. This is a very pretty burnt sienna. I love this color. It's kind of like an Indian red too. I don't know, I think it's more brown. It's pretty. Just dipping my brush in the water. I almost dropped my brush. Okay, I think I made it too watered down. Really, Lay? Come on. I'm learning how to use brushes. It's very different because I've gotten so used to using markers, you know, with alcohol markers, with water-based markers. So it's kind of like jumping from markers to brushes. There's a big difference in there. So I'm just trying to get used to it. I'm still trying to get used to it, I should say. All right, so let's put name. This is the D131 burnt sienna. All right. So after this, I'm gonna do a time-lapse painting because I don't want this video to be too long, but I'll do a time-lapse of just some simple sample paintings. Simple paintings, so we can test out and see how I do. This is just pure white, so primary white with a touch of brown from my brush. Oh my gosh. So we'll see. You won't be able to see it, but it's really, really white. Very opaque white, as a matter of fact. Pretty. I don't think to wash it. Let me get a bit of that red and I'll mix it with this white here. I want to see how, ooh, this is a lovely shade of pink, my favorite shade. Like a blush pink. But what it is, it's just a light magenta. But this one has more white, so it's really pretty because the light magenta has this ash tone to it, kind of like a very deep tone of gray. And so when you mix the red and the white, you get this beautiful blush pink. So it's not really a magenta, but it's this gorgeous pink right here. Isn't it lovely? It's so pretty. Now I'm going to add a little bit of that, whatever left of purple we have in there. I'll just add this blue. It's still wet. So we can have a pretty shade of purple in here, I think. Nope, I don't have enough red. Let's pick up a little bit of red and mix. Okay. I'm still also learning how to play with mixing colors. It's just, there's a lot of learning, and I just love, you know, love to learn. I love to try new mediums and just try and practice and really make lots of mistakes. Ooh, this is so pretty. This is like a mauve color or a dusty rose. It's so gorgeous. I don't want to waste the paint, so I'm just gonna do this. Gorgeous. See? That's beautiful. Yep, but anyways, this is the video. I am going to try and record a time lapse of a simple painting. And then if you have the Holbein, if you have any advice for me how to use it, you know, some tips and some tricks, I'd love to hear that. If you have any questions, I'll try my hardest to get back with you while I'm learning. You know, I'll share with you my journey and all that. So, but anyways, enjoy the rest of the video, and I'll talk to you guys again very soon. Bye, guys.